Tell the good Lord that he tried got to get behind the mule, yeah.
So I ran as a reform candidate, and I had been on the bond oversight committee and was concerned about the lack of transparency and lack of information that the former administration was providing. When I got on the board, I pushed through the first few months. I got the first audit passed, and they did an audit. Shortly after that, the Chronicle came out with the scandal and the administrators. I pursued an independent investigator. I led the team to hire an investigator. The investigator came out with a bunch of recommendations, and I acted on implementing them. So one of them was to hire an internal auditor. So we did more audits and found that the former chancellor had left the place in a real mess. That it was like there was a shell, and inside there were literally boxes. The auditors found 64 cardboard boxes with paper that were not filed. There was no accounting for contracting. They weren't keeping track of contracts or anything like that. So in total, I've passed something like 24 reform policies that have provided oversight. We've hired oversight positions. There are now required signatures before sign-offs for money. This district was something like $200 million over budget in their projects. This is why we don't have a student services building and a high-tech building, because they just blew all the money. Now, with all these checks and balances and policies in place, we have finished our first building that is on time and on budget, the multi-use building. I'm chair of the facilities committee, and I keep very tight control. And every single change order comes through my committee for approval or not. We don't approve them all. But. So other things, I've brought some money into the district for green jobs training. I'll highlight. I've worked at several. I'll highlight one. You remember the issue with Solar City and Chris Daly. They promised to build a training center in Bayview. I went to Chris Daly and said, they're not going to do that. You know, this is after, obviously. Why don't we have them give money to City College? We'll do the training. We know how to do training. So that's what happened. We put together a program. The community went for it. And so now we are starting next week. We're starting this new program for disadvantaged people. Will be 25. They get a stipend, $1,000 stipend to help them with expenses.